Okay, good morning, everyone. Another day, another mission. Well, I'm back on this podcast after a long break. So, I would like to welcome everyone back on Turing Thoughts, where AI meets philosophy. This podcast features different kind of individuals from various backgrounds who come over and share their insights on what's going to be the future of AI, what's the present state of AI. So, today's topic will be the rise of AIs and the privacy concerns that come with it. Artificial intelligence has transformed modern society, bringing numerous benefits and conveniences. However, this technology's widespread adoption has also raised significant privacy concerns. While this podcast explores the delicate balance between harnessing the power of AI while safeguarding individuals' privacy and personal data. We have seen it during the internet rising era, where data suddenly became a very precious commodity. Imagine yourself being 10, 20 years back in time, where you have so much of data regarding customers, which, let's say you don't have the idea of how to use them. That would obviously be a spare or extra data which has come with it. We call them byproducts. But what happened was the big social media companies like say Facebook right then, Google right then, they started collecting these massive amounts of data, and what they were doing with it was obviously abstract at that time. But today, as we can see, they are advanced algorithms which are obviously successful in having people stuck and hanged on to their Instagram, Twitter, and different kind of feeds. So the byproducts back then, which was obviously considered not of that potential use, was now a very important and crucial ingredient to shape of what we call artificial intelligence models. Now let's imagine a cozy smart home where every aspect of daily life is automated and optimized by AI-driven devices. From voice-controlled assistants to smart thermostats, these technologies obviously simplify our lives, but they also collect vast amounts of personal data, which raises questions about data ownership and security. Now let's talk about the dark side of personalizations. AI algorithms analyze user behavior to personalize advertisements, recommendations, and search results. However, this level of personalization can create echo chambers and filter bubbles, which influence users' perspectives and limiting exposure to diverse viewpoints. To understand this better, let's have a key example of our own lives. We all have Instagram accounts, and what we notice is the kind of topics we like. Let's say you like dogs. What's going to happen is over time, over let's say 3 to 4 days, over a week of usage, you get recommended those kind of feeds a lot. So what's happening now is your perspective is limited to these one. Well, these kind of topics might not be that crucial, but let's talk about a political party. Let's say a person is interested in knowing what this political party is up to. He likes one or two of their posts. What happens over time is, gets recommended only the post from that political party. Let it be the positives or negatives or however he likes. What's going to happen over time is, his viewpoint or his knowledge domain towards other parties remain restricted because the feed being shown to you is of what you like. Well, this obviously limits the user's exposure to diverse viewpoints, which can then lead to more accurate results in their own decision making. Let's talk about privacy in healthcare AI. Well, AI in healthcare promises advancements in diagnostics and personalized treatments. But preserving patient privacy becomes critical when AI systems analyze sensitive medical data. Striking the right balance between medical progress and privacy protection is what we need. Let's say a doctor collects information about you on a big machine. You sit in there, sleep in there. What happens is it has a lot of sensors, vision recognition, frequency, thermostat, various kind of sensors. And what it does is it collects very accurate as well as detailed information about what your body is currently in. It can also have different tests performed on blood, which will then give it various other details. Well, what the concern out here is the AI models are trained on a vast amount of data already. So whatever the health conditions you might face, let's say you're an average case of a XYZ disease. What happens here is your symptoms might match with previous 10, 20 more samples and you can get more personalized medicines. That's true. But what about the data which is being collected of them? How do we secure that that data will not be used against him? It can be used by big pharmaceutical companies to then give him marketing ads on their company. Well, this might look a very small or let's say a petty thing at micro level, but when you zoom out and then you see how many instances of people are being targeted by these type of ads and what kind of propagandas can be played on them, we then realize how big of a problem it can cause. Collecting data is one thing, okay, AI will need data to be trained. But throughout the process, how does the privacy of an individual retain? How is it sure that the data will not be used to target ads on him or run different kind of propagandas on him later on? Well, these are the kind of concerns which AI, with its magnificent rise in today's market, is also bringing to us. Well, now let's talk about AI in social media and privacy breaches. Well, AI-driven social media platforms gather vast amounts of user data, leading to data breaches and privacy violations. Examining real-world cases where AI was at the center of major privacy scandals sheds light on the urgent need for stricter regulations. We have seen it throughout time. When the rise of internet was a big thing, we have seen how data was used to train models, which may not have been machine learning models at exact, but with a vast amount of data, you had people who could sit down and then target marketing ads to different groups of individuals. Now what's happening today is there are machine learning models which are really sharp in unsupervised learning. When you look at today's youth, you see his screen time is way more than his sleep time. Well, what happens when you put an individual throughout his entire day on it? You can collect a vast amount. You then get access to his entire, or we can say the majority amount of time he's spending, on what he's spending, what kind of time he gives to one kind of post, what kind of topic interests to him. Well, the social media also brings this kind of concern that what kind of things are being shown to us, are they predefined or decided by someone who is sitting at the data centers or server handles? Because what's going to happen here is, let's look at elections as a simple case scenario wherein good things about a single political party is being spread out to every single individual we can think of in a domain, in a state. So what are the odds of it winning when only the positives about it are being spread out to the public? Well, with AI systems becoming more complex, ensuring transparency and explainability becomes paramount. Exploring the debate surrounding the right to understand AI-generated decisions can help strike a balance between privacy and accountability. Now, we also observe in public places like airports, railway stations, cameras are being set up with models to monitor for suspicious movements of what individuals are doing, how they are moving, like if they have any suspicious objects like guns, knives, etc. Well, this can serve to be a really good and secure implementation to ensure there is security over that particular place. And again, the only concern that lies with it is what is done with that data after the predictions are made. The models have learned it, fine. But if the data is being used to target the individuals, wherein let's say facial recognition technologies, today we have different kind of facial recognition softwares wherein we can feed in different types of models and it can search throughout the internet for the person. And now we can see what can happen with that facial recognition models is, obviously the criminals are being tracked down by the governments. That's a good initiative. But can the corporates not use those models to target individuals, know what their likes are, know what their beliefs are, know if they will buy their product, know the likelihood of how good the sales pitch would be to that person, and how personalized can a person's feed be with such kind of data? Now, if you look at a minor level, we can see that personalization might seem to be a positive end. But again, the main viewpoint of this entire podcast scenario is what happens when you personalize too much for an individual. Now, you get an individual who is getting feed, who is getting knowledge, who is getting everything about the domain, very restricted to particular topic or a class of objects or part of only the information which he is personalized to for. Now, this will raise concerns as he is shunned out, let's not say completely, but throughout his daily life, if he has not put in extra efforts to know what other viewpoints are. Through a normal individual, it will be very crucial since he will not be exposed to the diverse viewpoints and he shall become extremist in one kind of viewpoint, which will not all the sales scenarios, but we can say in places where law comes into the picture, well, where there are people and their lives and their livelihood associated, there we can see this plays a very crucial role. In conclusion, AI's potential to improve lives is undeniable, but safeguarding privacy is equally imperative. As we embrace AI-driven technologies, it is crucial to enact thoughtful policies, engage in public discourse, and prioritize privacy in the AI landscape to ensure a responsible and beneficial future for all. Thank you, and signing off, I'm Anuj, your very own host for today's podcast, and thank you for being great listeners.